Hello guys, this is Brandon, the Little NC Farmer. Coming out here to you today, I wanted to give you an update on my onions. And I started these last summer, the end of last summer, by seed. And this is a new experiment for me. We've always grew spring onions. They would get about the size of your finger and we would pull them up, but never before have I tried to get onions to actually bulb to where you could make a slicing onion with it. I did a lot of research on that, and after I had already got my seeds started, I learned about long day and short day onions. Now I've done some recent videos showing my onions here today, or what I have here today, but anyway, I did a lot of research on that, knowing my geographical location. And some people say, I guess this is a matter of opinion, but some people say that on the North Carolina-Virginia border is technically the dividing line between long day, short day onions. Now I looked up a website. They specialize in growing onions. If I think about it, I'll put a link to them down in the description. They have a lot of good information regarding onions. But technically, according to them, we are in an intermediate zone here. So with that being said, like I say, I've got long day onions. Now I've got one variety that this company carries that is specifically long day. They do not recommend growing this in intermediate day. But guys, it bulbed out for me. It is called a Walla Walla onion. And I was so impressed and amazed at the same time. So guys, sometimes it don't hurt to experiment just a little bit. Next year I will probably try to seek the correct onion to grow in my zone, because I would love to do this. And it worked out great in these containers. I could probably squeeze more in here if I wanted to. But I'm going to be harvesting these onions probably in a few days. It won't be long. I can tell they're starting to wind down. But I wanted to show you my two varieties. One is the red Weathersfield. I think I said that right. And I got those seed came from Seed Savers Exchange. And I mean, guys, I'm just looking at them right now. I'm impressed with them. I don't need a whopper onion. Most of mine are about tennis ball size, I guess, in diameter. Now they're flat, but the diameter will run around tennis balls, which is a good size onion to me. But I'll show you the red ones first, and then we're going to look at the Walla Walla onions. Now I've got 2 containers of each, and some of them didn't bulb out for whatever reason, but most of them did. So let's look at it a second. Okay guys, you can see right here, this one's one. This one's probably my biggest, I'm thinking. Yeah, that one's probably the biggest. It's about tennis ball size in diameter. And you can see there's more back there. I've got my little garlic in there in the middle. I've got to get it out. And this one is covered up, but it's actually, you can see there, that's a pretty good size onion. I'm going to rake some of that dirt out around it. And the biggest thing, guys, that I can tell you if you want to grow onions like this is keeping them watered. They love water. And when I say water, I don't mean flood them, but they need to drain. Of course, my containers here I've got holes in them, so they drain pretty good, but I keep the water to them, especially now that it's getting hot. They are drinking the water. And you can see these are a little smaller right here, about golf ball size, I guess. Okay, the Walla Walla onions, And I pulled one up and just eat it just to see what it was like. Now I will tell you guys, these things need to cure out, because if you take one out of there right now, it had an earthy taste to it. It tasted like the soil. And this is black cow is what this is growing in, but you're still going to have to add nutrients to it. But you can see they're not quite tennis ball size, those aren't. And this one right here is probably the biggest Walla Walla that I have, and it's a beautiful onion. So guys, I'm impressed with this. This is my first time doing this, and Dixondale is the website I was telling you about. They give a lot of good information on there how to harvest your onions. Turn back around here. They give a lot of good information on harvesting your onions, how to care for them, when to fertilize them. And the way I did these guys, pretty much they just wintered right here on my deck in these containers all winter long. They grew maybe a little bit, but not a lot. But I started them in containers in little cups, transplanted them over here, and they sat here all winter. And now they are actually beginning to bulb out. I've got two that are seeding. Whether I get anything or not, I don't know. I do know the red ones are heirloom. I'm not sure about the Walla Walla, if it's a hybrid or not, but I still have seed to them anyway. But I may try some again next year now that I know that they will work. I would just love to get my hands on more of these containers, because that is a way of the future for me here. But the way I did these, I wintered them, and then early this past spring, I began to fertilize them. Before, you want to fertilize them well before they begin to bulb. Once they start bulbing out, you don't want to put no more fertilizer to them, or at least that's what they recommend. And that's what I did. And I kept, the biggest thing, like I say, is keeping them watered. Now the fertilizer that I use, I think I may have started out with 10-10-10 originally after I set them out and got them established. But I put two, if I remember right, I put 2 dressings of just straight nitrogen, like I would use for top dressing on corn. I sprinkled just a little bit on them, on two different occasions. And guys, I mean, they literally jumped after I did that. So anyway, I'm just thrilled to death, and maybe I can do a video harvesting the onions, taking them up and showing you what they look like there. I mean, I can't wait to eat one. And never know, we may have to grill us a hamburger. I used to love in the summertime have a homemade hamburger cooked on the grill with a homegrown tomato, and now I can also have a homegrown onion on it, because they're good like that. So we've got deer burger, and so we can, Lord willing, we can make that happen. So anyway guys, just thought I'd show you this quick video and show you what's going on with it. So guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you from Little NC Farmer.